Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very welcome. Well, it's Tuesday. Tuesday's request day. Today's map was requested by the creator over on Facebook. The link to that is down in the description. You might need to click see more to be able to see more, but it will include all of my social media and the links to today's map and assets as always, plus various other information. Right, what can I tell you about today's map? Well, it's a real life location. It is very deserty. That's because it's from the very famous deserty country of Morocco? No. Tanzania? No. Israel? No. Canada? I'm not joking, we will prove it during today's show. But before we get on with that, I've got one little daily reminder for you. That's right, clicking that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for your support. Today's map is Kamloops by Airfaded. Now, I thought this was going to be a jokey map. You know, it's a slightly cartoony graphic there, and then we have Kamloop-de-loops, air in the loop-de-loops. You see where I'm going here? There's your start square. Looks pretty good from here. And obviously, this is also the central part of the town of Kamloops. The terrain heights look like that. We're in a river valley. Don't know what more to tell you about that one. And then we have resources, which is mostly about fertile land in the valley itself, plus a little bit of forestry if you want it. What have we got in the way of fishing? If you've got Sunset Harbour, that's what your fishing will look like in those two converging rivers. Off to the workshop, what do we need? Well, no DLC required today, so that will please some of you. We've got a very short list of things to subscribe to. Al's Los Angeles theme is there. Network extensions too. We've got a tree. We've got another tree pack as well. And we'll be using the photorealistic final by Reaper as today's LUT. So, deserts. Now, we're right on the edge of the map here. Don't worry about everything dropping off on the left there. We'll turn to the centre of the map in a moment. Just working our way in from the edge, a little dead end off the highway there. That happens in real life. I don't mind that. I didn't check to see what it was in real life because I was more interested in the actual centre of the town of Kamloops, which has a population of about 100,000. It's the central, I don't know if it's the administrative centre. I did read, it's gone out of my head already. But yes, now deserts. It's not a deserty area, but this valley and some other valleys around the area, they're protected from like the Pacific. The Pacific, is it Pacific? It is the Pacific. I'm trying to think where we are in the world here. Yes, the Pacific air currents, and it all gets sort of like caught on the mountains, so you get a lot of greenery on the mountains, and this is a pretty sheltered area, hence the fact that it looks quite deserty. We will actually have a little look. Oh, it's like a little bit of terrain stress there, which I thought was going to mean blue mantle, and there might be just a hint of blue mantle on the other side. Let's have a look over here. Maybe that's just daylight. No, a hint of blue mantle there. I think we can let that go. Shall we try again? Right, we're going to fly over this, and we fly over 3 lanes on one side, 2 lanes on the other. It's very neat and tidy indeed. And then we get a split of lanes, 3 and 2. Lane mathematics in full operation there. So yeah, so we'll be using Google Earth in a few moments to have a little look, just to show you that I'm not making this up, because this is Canada. Canada isn't a dry desert, is it? Well, here we go. Let's have a little look. So there's Canada. A little red marker there is where we're going to zoom into. We'll zoom in. Traffic is still carrying on down below, but we're just not missing anything, don't worry. You can see in the valley, look how dry it looks in that valley. So I would say this is a pretty fair approximation of Kamloops, given the tools that we've got available. My main grumble, if there's going to be a grumble, is about the tree coverage. Now, the tree coverage isn't bad. We probably make it out better from above. I think maybe more filler trees might have worked a little bit better. But I feel that on the hills, it should be a little bit more dense. When you're looking from above, it's just pretty solid, massive green. And in the game, it's just a little bit light. And for me, I mean, the tree coverage is pretty reasonable. I mean, we've got decent, massive trees there. It just isn't mass enough, if that makes enough sense to you. But yes, the map is laid out to be able to recreate, and here's your choices. Do you want to recreate Kamloops? If the answer is yes, then this is the perfect map for that. And we will be when we get to marking down gameplay potential, then well, let's say it's the perfect map. It's almost the perfect map. There's going to be one minor grumble. There's always one minor grumble. But if you're looking to recreate Kamloops, there is no better map that I can think of than one based on the structure of Kamloops. If you're looking to do something else with the map, then it's very playable for that as well. If you're doing some sort of custom playthrough, it's not half bad for that as well. It just seems... From here, it just looks a little bit half finished. That for me, I think, is going to be the thing. It's not half finished. I think we're leaving a lot of room for the player to be as creative as they want to be, actually in their own city building, without actually having it dictated to them by the map creator. But sometimes you look at a map and you go, yeah, but it still doesn't look like it's been finished. And that be a bit of an issue. We have some scenes. Oh, we've got some nice looking intersections here. Speaking of lane mathematics, though, here's minor detailing issue. Minor detailing. 3 lanes going into 2 lanes before the split off. That should be 3 lanes along there as well, and then 1 lane peeling off. That for me is a minor detailing error, and not anything I'm going to lose any sleep over. So yeah, we've seen plenty of desert maps. The best of the desert maps, so contain some foliage, some shrubberies, maybe some rock detailing, actually within the desert plain itself. And I don't mind it too much because it's a great theme. It's a great theme, and so it still looks great. You know, the texture down there really breaks it up very nicely. But I just feel that there should be some sort of life, some sort of shrubs or bushes, or just some sort of plants down there. I feel would just break it up a little bit. Anyway, we are in the start square, so let's have a look at one of these classic American buildings. This is the Folk House of Jiangnan. It's Jiangnan style by MC100. This is amazing. I freaking love this. Now, this is more like something out of Flowscape. I played a little bit of Flowscape way back in when it was first released, and yeah, amazing. Now I'm going to do factoids. We might run out of time for factoid, and we'll have to come back and do more in a moment because it's a long one. Burglars were arrested at the Watergate building at the Democratic Party headquarters on this day, the 16th of June in 1972, beginning one of the worst scandals in the history of American politics. Richard Nixon, who many saw as the guilty party, suffered greatly in the ensuing inquiries, and eventually he resigned as president. Between 1970 and 1978, a poll was carried out at Madame Tussauds Waxworks in London, which asked people who they hated most in the world. Let's finish this here. Folk House of Jiangnan by MC100. Today's asset of the day. Right, back to Kamloops by airfaded, and we'll just go to the edge of the map while I finish reading today's factoid. So this poll at Madame Tussauds Waxworks in London between 1970 and 1978, who the most hated people in the world were, and Richard Nixon came third, behind Adolf Hitler, but ahead of Dracula. Dracula, that very famous presidential advisor. Yeah, another bloodsucker, I know. Anyway, oh, gotta love politics, haven't you? Gotta love it. Oh, I managed to not mention you know who today as well. That's quite good going. Okay, rail. We're down at the rail. We have got a lot of these, and there are a few little bits of catenary chaos going on here and there, and a little tiny little bit hint of blue mantle if you look from the wrong angle there. Again, if you put one shrub on top of that, it's hidden. Is how you would do that. You just get a little bit of tufty grass or something, pop it on top of there. Nobody will know any better. But yeah, the catenary chaos, it's here and there. Some bits are okay, some bits are less than okay. And sirens past my window, whee! And yeah, this is probably the worst of the lot. It almost straddles both lines there. Rail, we could go across this way. The rail, on the whole, is, well, you can't really complain too much, because frankly it's a pretty flat landscape, and the rail takes sensible routes taken from real life, so you can't really complain because it can go wrong really. Bridges were fine, just a little bit catenary chaos, and that's it. Do they even have catenaries in this part of Canada? I do not know, and I'm not going to check. All I know is they've not told us to switch them off, so I blame airfaded.
Want to add a custom hedge maze to your park but don't have the time to build one? Why not try BonBonB's modular hedge maze set? This guide will show you how to select and use the right units. Click the information button below.
And so back to Kamloops by airfaded and the shipping routes, and there's no shipping because we are quite a long way up the river. I think this comes out of Vancouver. Trying to remember, was it Ottawa? I think it was Vancouver. I can't remember. Oh my god, that's bad. We'll have another look at Google Earth in a minute, but I'm pretty sure I don't include the edge of Canada there. But anyway, it comes out at one of the big cities, the ones that you would have heard of, you know. Now, water flow, we are currently heading downstream according to those little white arrows, and going through the start square in a moment. You'll see that we do have water flow. It's wide, it's deep enough, and in terms of playability, this is fine. Water converging from the, so still going downstream here, water coming downstream from there as well. I would say that this would have broken away, so that way, you know, I think it would have worn away over time. Except for it won't, because this is gameplay, and that is all running the wrong way. Downstream is actually off to the left. These two rivers converge at that point and head, basically the water's going the wrong way. Oh, that's a simple mistake there, airfaded. A simple mistake. Anyway, we have got some, I'll say, I love the shapes. I just feel like a little bit more tree coverage. Use up some of that tree count and force people to use the unlimited tree mod. It does look good. From a distance, it looks a little bit better, but it also looks very empty where there is nothing. And I do know that some places it does look really good. This is MacArthur Park Island, where you will see about 3 million baseball diamonds and football pitches. That's all they do here. I think there might be some bowling as well, lawn bowls. But yes, MacArthur Park Island looks very neat and tidy, and that's where you can do all these sports. Now, if any of you actually know the Kamloops area, see these water features here. We have one up here. I want to know what the blinking hell they do up here. What sort of water process is going on? Let me show you the Google Earth image again in a moment. In these two ponds here, you'll see a lot of disturbance. A lot of disturbance. Now, are they giant jellyfish? No. When we go down to ground level, you'll see that there is actually disturbance causing vapor clouds. I don't know. I want to know. Please, somebody let me know if you know the area. Anyway, that's about it for today. Your chance to vote on this map. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. You can vote by clicking the little I button at the top right hand corner of your screen now, which will link you across to my Patreon, and you can just log in with either your Facebook, your Gmail, your YouTube login, or even a free Patreon account. Well, what do I think of today's map? I think it looks okay. I wish I could say I think it looks amazing. It's an accurate recreation in terms of what appears to be the layout and the river, and it is deserty, and it's a good choice of theme. But I'm not blown away, and I want to be. I really want to be by this one. I'm going to go for a high 3. I don't think it quite earns that 4th star. Detailing, strong. But I feel there needs to be more on this particular map. And again, I'm going to have to go for a high 3. Pushing towards that 4th star, just can't see where I can give it. Gameplay potential, playable. It's perfectly playable, but the stopping it getting the 4th star for a recreation of Kamloops is the water going the wrong way. And lack of inspiration for any other player. So I'm going to go for a high 3. 3 lots of high 3s. Perfectly acceptable. Kamloops by airfaded. It's a rock solid map. It just feels like it could use a little bit more here and there. And that water flow is just a big mistake. Not that it affects general gameplay, but if you're recreating Kamloops, you want it flowing the right way, don't you? Anyway, you've made the last 20 seconds, so you are in the 20 and out elite. All you got to do is use the word of the day there in the comments down below. Remember, don't talk about this in the comments. This is our little secret, our elite club. I've been BonBonB. You've been very, very welcome, and I'll see you again tomorrow very, very soon.